Dog of Bay is a rhythm action game where people dress up as dogs and do stupid dances. Well, I hope they're people dressed as dogs, because otherwise this game turned me furry. It was developed by Cavia, the developers of Nier and Drakengard, and Marvelous Entertainment, the brains behind a lot of the modern Harvest Moon games. And it was published by R.E.D., who published Gungrave and a few others. It was released in 2000, when the PS2 was still in its infancy, and as such the game isn't as involved or as large as others on the system, but in turn that gives it a quaint charm that has probably increased over time. The story of the game is basically a love triangle between Camus, pretty boy over here, Johnny, the hotshot, and Sarah, who I'd seriously turn furry for. The rest of it is kind of meaningless as a whole, and difficult to follow because I don't understand Japanese. The story progresses through FMV sequences and these song and dance routines. Each set of stages increases in difficulty, and the game culminates in a tricky dance routine from Sarah herself, before she and Camus fall in love. Ah, delightful. The game can be tricky at first. Instead of a note highway like in Guitar Hero, or a vertical scroll like DDR, or even a horizontal scroll like in Taiko, you have this weird, wavy line thing. When notes are upward facing, they indicate either up or triangle, depending on whether they are on the left or the right, while the downward ones are either down or cross. When the jewels that look like they were ripped from Spyro the Dragon flash and emit light, you have to press the button. But the timing is confusing, really. To score big, you have to press it as the large heart pulsates in the centre of the screen, and not a moment sooner or later. The game is beautiful. It has aged well in an alluring way, still looks the part mostly. Dogs dancing, what more could you want? And those top-of-the-pop style screen effects, it's amazing watching it back and not having to press notes. I can see all the silly stuff going on in each stage. I mean, just listen to this guy, he's having a wonderful time. This might not be that game for dog lovers to rush out and get hold of, but rhythm fans should give it a look. Availability. Uncommon. Yeah, it's uncommon, but by no means expensive. I found one on an eBay search. Buy it now for pretty cheap and with free postage. So they are there, you just have to go looking for them. Language barrier. Minimal. Just the menus, FMV and some tutorials. The game is mostly in English when it comes to what matters, and that's the most important part. You don't need to know Japanese in order to enjoy this game. Should you play it? If you've seen enough and you think you'd like it, get it. But if you're waiting to see something that blows you away, then it isn't coming. You have seen all this game really has to offer, outside of the hilarious big head mode. Oh, you want to see that? Play it yourself then. This has been SushiBites. Thanks for watching.